Hello and welcome everybody, Farmer Dnkey here. We are on episode 21 of our Calmlands One Tile Challenge. Today we have to get our barley planted down. We did get that field plowed up and ready to go. We got another, I want to say another 11-ish thousand liters of stone, and we tossed that into our production between episodes. So we're down to 8,900 currently, but I'm pretty sure if we take a drive down there, we will be able to see a couple pallets, well, at least a pallet spawned. So let me go ahead and grab the cedar real quick, so I know we are going to need that anyway. But yeah, so we got a little bit of planting ahead of us. If I didn't get it stuck. I kind of just bump it backwards a little bit. There we go. Maybe that should clear the post. Alright, there we go. Alright. But, been making some progress on here. Does look like I missed a little bit of the oilseed radish, but that's not going to be that big of a deal. And then I think we're going to have to spray the barley field for just a little bit. It does look like we have a couple pallets of canola oil, which is good, and then we have a couple of pallets of cement. So we only need 5 pallets. So, but yeah. So we do have that ready to go. Is it me? Or does it look like our trees grew a little bit more? They did grow. Okay, so they're on the next growth stage. Currently they are worth 1,400 liters of wood. So that is nice. I was thinking about going ahead and planting in between the rows. So like in between here, go ahead and planting down the other saplings. But I don't know if we're going to have the space if we do that. I do want to use the rest of those saplings. But yeah. So let me set up my lines real quick and change over to barley. Alright. And away we go. Yeah, so we're gonna plant this, and then we'll probably get a worker to come roll it while we go ahead and spray the canola field today, just to try and get as much done as possible and as quickly as we can. But definitely having that second tractor helps us out a lot with getting everything done. But yeah, and then what else do we have to do? Don't think September is the season to sell anything. Have to double check. And then of course we want to check our used market to see if any goodies have come along in there. Yep. So let's take a gander at that real quick. Nope, still same things as last time. Nothing new. I mean, I'm not sure what I would be looking for, but still always nice to take a look. Yeah, those stones are there. It's where the stone rower dropped them. Am I? Yeah, I'm on track. Okay. But it's where the stone windrower dropped them off, and we couldn't pick them up because it's at the edge of our property line. So we just are going to be leaving that there. I think eventually... Oh no, stop. Alright. Eventually, yeah. It will, it'll probably despawn, I believe. But there isn't a whole lot we can do about it at the moment. And just because it is off of our property. But I do think we will have to at least one more time plow our fields in order to get the stones before we can get rid of that production. So I think next season we'll plow again, and that'll get us the stones that we need to finish our house. So I think we should be getting the rest of our stones, as well as our wood should be pretty close to being ready, I want to say, by the time we are going to be doing it. So there is that. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and finish planting this field, and then I will catch up with you guys once it is done. So we will see you then. All right, so we finished sowing the field. But we do have our worker out there rolling the field. So he just got started there. So what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead. Oh, I need to... I think I need to... Do I have herbicide? I don't know. Hold on. Let me... Does not look like we have herbicide. So, we are going to have to run up to the shop real quick and buy some herbicide. And I'll unload that. Oh, perfect. It went right into the shelf like we needed to. Alright, so we're going to go grab some herbicide real quick, and then we can get started on spraying the field. What does it look like as far as our environmental score? Oh, nice. So we are at 94%. So that works for us pretty well. We just have a little bit that we have to take care of for spraying. And then, yeah, it's gonna be about it. I think, because we can't mow until, I believe, next month. I have to double check the grass there. It might be the month after. But we still have a little bit that we can do. around the farm. Oh, I didn't check to see if we have anything to sell this month. I don't think September is a month that we need to sell a whole lot, but we can check shortly after we jump in here to the store. Alright, so what we need is a pallet of herbicide. Ooh, $2,400. Alright, well, gotta do it. So, we'll buy that. That'll put us down to 4,000. And I think I should be able to hold this pallet. If not, I probably should have brought my pallet forks. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, yeah, I'm not selling water. I know it's there and it says that we have a bunch, but to me that would be a little cheaty to just sell the water. So we'll leave that there. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to be able to sell anything until November. We got November, and then our canola oil, and it was going to be in December. Yep. All right. No, it did not fit the whole thing. So we will have to come back and grab that at some point. And got a little bit of traffic. All right. Oh, there was. Oh, sorry. There was a lot of traffic. It's more than a little bit. Okay. But yeah. So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna spray a little bit. I don't know. As our trees are getting bigger, I don't know if we should. Because I've been thinking of maybe cutting a couple of them here and there to get started on our house stuff. Or should I hold off on that? Let me set up my lines. This shouldn't be too terribly long, but we finally get to use our weed spot system, so I'm going to try and get lined up as much as I can. And then we will turn it on. Back up just a hair. That way we hit all of the field. Alright, and away we go. I shouldn't have to spray a whole lot of it, just because we did plow. But yeah, there's going to be weeds here and there from the spots that we missed with plowing. So, glad that we did invest in the spot and spray system, just to kind of help us out here. So otherwise we'd be burning through this herbicide. But yeah, it just, real quick, just right there, done. And we get to drive at a nice, cool 12 kilometers an hour. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Then we got our worker rolling that field over there. Get it nice and ready to just kind of grow. We will have to probably run over that with yeah, we will have to run that over with some fertilizer, and then we will have to probably next month spray it with herbicide. But I think that's about what we'll need to do after this. It's pretty much just plant and forget when it comes to these crops. Once we're established like we are, just let them grow. there was another production that I did add that I was thinking about adding into our playthrough. And honestly, it came out not that long ago. I mean, granted, by the time you guys are seeing this episode, it'll be a little bit longer from the time it came out. But I do want to think about adding it just because I think it'd be cool. I'm not sure how cheaty it might be. And that's, I think, my biggest fear is adding something that's a little too cheaty. That's why I don't want to use that cement factory for too terribly long. Just enough to get the stuff we need for the house. But yeah, we'll look to see about how much it would cost to throw down. And then we've already hit this. Oh, I don't know why I keep hitting V to drop it lower. I guess just kind of have it. But let's see. So what I want to add is, do I have it in here? I'm pretty sure I added it to, yeah. Let me spin around and then we'll hop back in that menu. Yeah, no, spraying doesn't take any time at all, which is nice. And so much quicker than running the weeder and using the solid fertilizer spreader. But let's see, what was I looking for? I wonder if it would be under greenhouses. Ah, yes. So I wanted to add apple trees, because I think it would look pretty cool to have a few apple trees. Now, we would also have to add in a sell point, unless our little market would take the fruit. But I think having a few apple trees on the farm would add a little bit of variation to things. But we could get one for $1,000 for one tree. And so I think we might do that just to see how much it'll actually produce versus how much we have to spend to keep it running. So I'm not sure if it requires the fertilizer and everything else it was asking for. But we also want to look, as far as going forward, kind of have some kind of other generators to make a profit. Just because when we do add that enhanced banking mod back in January, we're going to be probably hit with another 7,000. So, but this field is all sprayed. We used a whole liter on the entire field. So, this herbicide will last us quite some time. But only if we are doing the plowing. Actually, oh, I used that to come in and out. Where would be a good spot to put down our apple tree? let's see. Alright, well, I could... Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and unload the herbicide here. It goes right on the shelf. That's awesome. And we'll park the tractor for a second. Alright. So, apple tree. Let's see. Actually, it does look pretty cool. I wonder if you can see the apples. When they do sprout. Do they look any different from the oak trees? A little bit. Okay. So, we want to put our cow pen... You know what? I think we can get away with putting it up here. That might be too close to the house. You know what? We'll put it down by this field. So I think we were planning on getting rid of that bunker anyway. So, why does it need so much to flatten out? You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of this bunker silo because we don't need it. If we're going to put all of it into one. And then that should be relatively flat. And we'll put a... Yeah, we'll put it right here. Ooh, I don't like what that did. So we'll have to fix that. Can I fix that? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Kind of soften out the edges a little bit. All right. Now let's see, what does this apple tree do? All right. All right. So we go to our apple tree. Oh, so we can just grow apples off of water. We get 64 apples a cycle that way. But it uses 64 water. Okay. And it does twice as many cycles a month, but still only produces... I think we will just go ahead and do that. Now, of course, it'll have to wait, which not too long. Should be the top of the hour. And we should have that. Oh, I see. We have apples. They're a little flat, but I like it. It adds some color. But yeah, it'll produce apples. I'm not sure how much apples will go for. Take a look. Wrong one. All right. So the apples. So apples, they can go for about 600. But if we put down an apple juice production, which we might need to look in here, how much is the apple? Okay, so juice production is 10,000. And then we also want to do our sawmill. So we might do that a little later. But I think having that apple tree growing is going to be good for us. I don't know if it'll actually produce a... That's interesting. Some of them are flat, some of them are 3D. Sorry, but I don't know how much it'll produce a month. So let's see, 64 times 20. I don't think we're gonna get a pallet. But yeah, so it's not super OP. I know probably if we had put down the group of them, it'll probably be a lot more. But that's the group of trees is 4,000. So we might upgrade, but I think for now we'll wait to see what one apple tree does for us. And yeah, I think I should be able to sneak in and spray while he's rolling. I think his tractor should be low enough that it's not going to interfere. So let's go ahead and we'll pull out the fertilizer. Yeah, 600 liters should be fine for what we need. Let's pull that out and we'll get that sprayed. And yeah, we'll get going. But if you've been enjoying my content so far, this episode, please smash that like button for me. It means the world to me, and I just pulled back. And it doesn't cost you anything. And if you've been enjoying the series so far, please consider hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell so you know when the new episodes come out. And then as far as everybody else doing the series, it would be awesome if you would go and check out their series. They've been putting in a whole lot of work as well, and they've been making some great progress on the series. And it's definitely interesting to watch them because they're going to do things a whole lot different than what I do. But there are a few things that are the same, and it's kind of cool to see the similarities. Yep, let you go. Come on, come on. You don't have to back up, you just rolled that. Don't you just love AI drivers? Alright. And we are off. But yeah. Their links are going to be in the description below. As always. Well, yeah, so we are going pretty nicely. I know I've been talking about probably bringing back my roleplay series that I was doing. Definitely have thought about that. I think we have a map locked in of what we want, but I do not want to commit to recording another series until we have completed one of these. So that's where we're at as far as that. I know we're getting pretty far on this series, and then we just picked up the Pioneer Challenge that we're doing. So I think once we finish the Calmland series, we'll probably start doing the roleplay series. But yeah, I just don't want to overload my schedule and still leave time for, real life and work. So there's that. But I have reduced the amount that I am uploading. I'm only going to be uploading 4 videos a week at the moment, and we will see how that goes once I go back into work. By the time you're seeing this, I have already went back to work. Because I am recording a bunch of videos in advance. That way, there's always something new coming out for you all. But yeah, so I'm going to be uploading moving forward between Monday and Thursday. And those videos are going to go live at 8 a.m. mountain time. So definitely check those out when they come out. But yeah, I think that is about all we're going to be able to do this episode. Hopefully that tree does right by us. I am going to wait for him to turn around, or her to turn around. And then that should put her just out of reach of the arms. All right. So we have a couple of passes left after this, and then this field will be all nice and fertilized. We go into our environmental score. Our nitrogen is going up. I don't know if we will be able to max the nitrogen because we're not using manure. So we will have to see about that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the section over here first, and then hope that we can get around her to spray the other remaining section. Yeah, no, I'm definitely glad that we invested in the sprayer when that popped up in the market. It has been super helpful for the farm. Saved us a ton of money by spending money. But I think we are good on where we're going for this series. I know we're down to 3,000 this month. I don't think we're going to make it to November without selling more products in advance. Do need to check the growth stage of the grass. So I know we'll get one more cut this year, and then we won't be touching the grass throughout the winter. So who knows? Maybe we will. I think maybe we'll cut down a few trees during the winter months and try and get some wood going. So I think what we would need a chainsaw, a winch, and then somewhere to put the trees. So all in all, I want to say it'd be about 20,000, which we should be able to get off of silage. I don't know if they clear. Can I raise it any higher? Oop, nope. Not high enough. Not fast enough anyway. I can raise it higher. That is good to know. That would have been... I think that's as high as it goes. Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and leave the episode, is after we finish this field as far as spraying is concerned. But it is definitely nice to hang out with you guys. I know right now this is a little bit longer than of an episode than I normally... Well, it's about right. But we didn't do any time lapses, so... I think, yeah. So we'll see you guys all in the next episode. So until then, peace!